What's up, everybody? Mancave Dave here in Michigan with a pickups video. Today is Saturday, June 7th, and this is all stuff that I've picked up over the last couple of days. Yesterday was a citywide rummage sale near where I live, so I went out early. Actually planned on taking the day off, and really just didn't find a whole lot of anything. I got this N64 with 2 games, Rugrats and A Bug's Life. It was $20, so not terrible, not great. Doesn't have the expansion, so that was a bit of a bummer. Let's see what else we got. Kickboxing. It was $1 for the PlayStation. 3 cassette tapes. Van Halen, White Lion, and Great White. These were like a quarter a piece. And then NES deck, kind of grungy. Actually got that from a coworker who went rummage selling with me. Really wanted $5 for it, so I went ahead and picked it up. Last thing I got yesterday was this pellet gun for $10. Real nice wood stock. Could use a little bit of touch-up work, maybe refinished. But we live out in the country, and something that I look forward to doing with my son is teaching him how to shoot and gun safety, since there's a lot of hunting around here, and I know it's something that he'll grow up around, so I want to make sure that he understands gun safety and everything, the dangers that can go along with guns, just how to properly use them. So I'm pretty excited to pick this up and do some target shooting and share that with him once he gets a little older. Today, myself, and my wife went out and looked around and had a little bit more of a fruitful day. It was another citywide rummage sale in the town we live in, and picked up the following things. I was a little bit bummed at first because it was about an hour and a half and I hadn't found anything. This is the first thing I found for the GameCube, Medal of Honor Rising Sun. It was a quarter, or no, 50 cents. The discs are in great condition, so I went ahead and picked that up. And then a couple of games for 75 cents a piece, Castle Quest and Gauntlet. So pretty excited about those. As you guys know, you always ask when you're out if people have old video game stuff. So stopped at one, found a cool old garbage truck for my son, kind of a Tonka truck type of thing. He was excited about that. I was talking to the guy there and mentioned I was looking for old video games, and he's like, well, hold on a minute. He goes in and brings out a big Rubbermaid tote and said, this is stuff when I was a kid, and I still hook it up now and then and play it, but, why don't you take a look through and see if there's anything that you're interested in. So I started looking, and he had some great games, Ninja Gaiden, Legend of Zelda, Mario 3, Contra, but knowing that he still played them, I didn't want to just take all of those, especially since I already had them. So we were talking about games, and I picked out a few that I couldn't remember if I had. And, I mentioned Contra. He's like, oh, no, I'm keeping that one. But what about this one? I'll show you in just a minute. But we got Desert Commander, which turns out I found I actually did have. Indiana Jones, The Temple of Doom, which I did have. The Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, which I didn't have, and I was pretty excited about this. And there's also another one, which I think is still in my truck, and I can't remember what it was. But I mentioned, we were talking about Contra, and he's like, you can't have my Contra, but what about this one? And my heart kind of did a little leap. So Contra Force, I actually have this already, but he wasn't interested in keeping it, so I said, okay, and this is about an $85 game. So for all 5 games, like I said, I can't remember what the 5th one was, he wanted $25. So that was a done deal. And he asked for my number, so in case he's ever thinking about just selling the rest of it, he'll let me know. So that was pretty cool. This, another thing, I was asking if people had video games, a box of Genesis stuff. It's pretty grungy, but it's a Genesis 1 with the hookups, controllers. We got Paperboy 2, Summer Olympic Games, World of Illusion, Wheel of Fortune, Lion King, Echo the Dolphin, Paperboy, and then in rental cases, Primetime, NFL Primetime, Beauty and the Beast, Wayne Gretzky NHL, and Streets of Rage 2, the not-for-resale version. So she says, make me an offer. I said, well, how about $20? She's like, well, it's a lot of games. So I started kind of digging through the box, and she was seeing that there's cobwebs, and there's some tape on one of the controllers, and some dog hair in there. She's like, well, that's pretty dirty. All right, I'll take 20. So I was excited about that. Then over here, walked up to a sale, and I was like, oh, wow, awesome. This looks good. And actually, the first thing I saw was not even that, but I saw the case down there. Then I saw the price, which I don't know if you can make that out. It says $100. I'm like, well, Ouch. Let's look. So we got the Jungle Green N64 with expansion. There's a Jungle Green controller in there. It's probably a bit hard to see. There we go. Thumbstick is okay. Steering wheel, gas pedals, this case, which is awesome. And the games, we got some good ones in here. We got Donkey Kong 64, Resident Evil 2, and Mario 64. Then, you know, NBA Hang Time, Monster Truck Madness, Perfect Dark, Cruisin' Exotica, In the Zone 98, WWF No Mercy, and Warzone. So I was like, you know, how about 50? And so the guy called his grandma, who it belonged to, and she says, for 75 you can have it. And actually knew the kid, which was kind of funny. He had gone to the school that I work at. So I'm like, well, you know, let me think about it. So I drove away, got a few miles down the road, and I was like, you know, for what I want out of that bundle, $75 is a pretty good deal. And I can certainly make my money back on the other stuff. So turned around and went ahead and picked it up. This is actually something from yesterday. Went to a sale at the end of the day, and they were getting rid of their son's stuff from when he was growing up. So they had this. I'd never seen one of these. It's a Jurassic Park playset. The buttons in here work. Came with a Jeep, the Jurassic Park gate, a bunch of dinosaurs, fence, even this awesome Team Jurassic Park, and then this bag of pieces that go with it and figures. So they had $25 on that, and then the dinosaurs and the Jeep and the helicopter were all individually priced. And I'm like, well, would you take $30 for it all? She said, no, but I'd take $35. So I thought about it for a minute, and just because I'd never seen one, and I remember going to see Jurassic Park with my dad, I said, yeah, I'll go ahead and take it. So if anybody knows anything about this, leave some comments. Jurassic Park playset. But it was pretty cool to find. Also got this, an X-Men Tiger game. It works for $25. I like finding Batmobiles. I have several different ones. For $2, I picked up this one, which I didn't have. Pretty sweet. And for another $2, picked up this guy. Also this big crate of just random accessories for all kinds of toys from the 90s. So I'll take a look through there and then probably just put a bundle together and sell or trade it. And then last thing we have over here, went to a store that was closing out of a bunch of stuff and got a bunch of these 3DS, DS action replays for $5 a piece. So I'll keep one or two and then sell the rest. I'm actually using this upstairs, but for the Wii U, some PS Vita accessories. I want to get one of those eventually, so I figured I'd pick it up. Some cords for $0.25 a piece at a rummage sale. And then Metal Slug Anthology for the Wii for $10 at my favorite game store. And then clearance Beyblade Metal Masters for $5. My battery's running out, so I am going to sign off. But all in all, it was pretty fun. Found some good stuff. So from here in Michigan, this is Mancave Dave, and I will see you all at the next sale. Take care.